Sis, I have something important to tell you. Is this a good time? It's been a while. What's going on? Dad hasn't been feeling too well lately, so I'm taking him to the hospital. Will you come with me? Huh? Hospital again? I mean, why do I have to go too? It's true that you just went there the other day. But this time it's more serious. The doctor wants to examine him more closely. It wasn't something important, right? It was. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Well, he's old. You'll come with me, right, sis? I don't want to. Why don't you two just go? You guys always do. I'd be lonely on my own. I need someone to keep me company. Maybe they'll announce something important. What? A big announcement? Like a terminal diagnosis? You're overreacting, aren't you? I'm worried when I see Dad. I think he wants you to come too. I'm sorry I can't. I'm busy with work. I'm working too. You're just a part-timer. Don't compare me to you. I used to be a full-time employee, but I had to take care of Dad, so I became a part-timer. Please, will you go with me to the hospital just once? You're so stubborn. I told you I can't. Can't you do something about that? I'm sorry, but I don't have time for your selfishness. What do you mean, selfish? See you later. Wait a minute, sis. Sis, I have some updates for you. Huh? What now? Don't ask me to go to the hospital again. Our father is in critical condition. What? Why don't you hurry over here right now? You didn't come to visit him at all. I think he'd at least like to see you one last time. So the time has finally come. What do you mean? Never mind. I'll be there, don't worry. Oh, and has the funeral been planned yet? Wait a minute, sis. I'm telling you that he is in critical condition. I never said anything about a funeral. Got it. Maybe I'm rushing into things. It's an impending issue. I'll be there tomorrow. They said the worst of it is making it through tonight. If you don't come now, I'm afraid it might be too late. Well, that's just the way it is then. But I'll be there, don't worry. I'll have to take what I can get. Sis, what are you talking about? Are you listening to me? Are you following me? Our father is in critical condition. You may never see him again. Are you okay with that? I know, you're overreacting. We haven't seen each other for the past few years. It doesn't mean much to me when you say that we won't be able to see each other anymore. I'm like, okay. For you, maybe, but for him, it's not. You should come today. Are you really his daughter? You should at least be by his deathbed with me. You forced me to take care of him. Why don't you honor him for the last time? Shut up, you little goody two-shoes. You were only with him for the money, weren't you? Huh? I know you were with him for his inheritance. Whatever you've planned is useless because I'm the eldest daughter. Okay, I know we're rich. Our grandfather is rich. You're hiding it, aren't you? What are you talking about? Anyway, I'll take it all. I'll try to get there early. I have to go before someone takes it away from me. I don't know what you're talking about, but you better get here soon. Before it's too late. Sis, where are you now? You had already left the hospital room before I knew it. I'm already home. Huh? Home? I don't like hospitals. They smell like medicine. You have to be quiet. Well, your father is dying. You're being so dramatic. It's not true that her father is dying, is it? That's what the doctor said, so I'm sure. He's holding on for now. I shouldn't have rushed over there. I took a day off to go all the way out there. You don't have to say it like that. Your father is going through a rough time. And I don't know if it's the meds or what. Dad just slept the whole time and couldn't even talk to me. I went there with such high expectations. I wish I could have that time back. Expectations? What did you expect? Nothing. Well, maybe soon enough. Huh? I'm going out for a drink with friends. You're going out for a drink? At a time like this? Shut up! All that matters right now is that you're next to him. Well, if something happens to him, call me again. I might not be able to pick up the phone right away, though. Sis, I tried to call you several times, but I couldn't get through, so I'm going to text you. Dad passed away. What? When? Right after you went home. Wow! I didn't expect it to be so soon. I'm so sorry. If you'd stayed at the hospital, you could have been by his deathbed. What can I do? I didn't think he'd die today. What are you talking about? I told you he was dying. Okay. I have to make arrangements for the wake and funeral. You'll help me, right, sis? I'm too busy. Busy? You're the one who took care of Dad. You should be the one to take care of him to the very end. I can't believe that's coming from his own daughter. But I'll be at the wake. Hey, sis. The funeral's over. Where are you? It's good that you and your husband came to the wake yesterday. You didn't do anything until now, but you acted like you're the eldest daughter, like you're so proud of yourself. You just got drunk and went to bed. You didn't attend the funeral today. You don't have a hangover or something, do you? If that's the case, I really doubt your humanity. I drank a lot yesterday for the first time in a long time. But as you can imagine, the alcohol has worn off. It's already 2 in the afternoon. Why didn't you come to the funeral? I had some errands to run. What errands? Dad left me something good at the last minute. What? What good thing? I found his bank book. What? Well, my husband and I were just saying that we wanted to buy our own house soon. It's a good timing. What are you talking about? Even though we don't have kids, we didn't want to live in a small apartment forever. But now, we'll get to live in a big mansion. It's been a dream of mine for years to live in a house with a pool. I'm so happy to finally make my dream come true. No, I don't understand it all. Can you explain it? Dad had $3 million saved up, and I spent it all. Huh? $3 million from Dad? You're kidding. I'm not kidding. There was $3 million in his account. That's impossible. What do you mean you spent it? If you really did spend it, why are you telling me without showing any remorse? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. You're an idiot, aren't you? What? You've always been an idiot and not that clever. I've taken advantage of you. I never wanted to take care of my old father. I'm so glad you took care of him. And I get to keep all the good parts, don't I? So what does that mean? Don't you get it? You really are dumb, aren't you? Well, I stole his bank book during the funeral. Stole? I was at my parents' house during the funeral, and I found his bank book in a drawer on a shelf in the living room. Wait a minute, I'm telling you, it's his fault, okay? He left it unlocked. He's so careless. I was right. Our father saved up a lot of money. I could buy a $3 million house with this money. That's not his money. What? What are you talking about? It was in his account, so it's his money. Did you check the name on the bank book? What? There's no way he has that much money. He was paying for Mom's nursing home. But the balance in the bank book was definitely $3 million. I counted the digits over and over to make sure. Not the amount. Look at the name printed in the bank book. The name is different. Could it be Grandpa's, hidden in the house? Huh? Grandpa's? You must have taken Grandpa's bank book by mistake because you were in a hurry to steal it. It's true. This is Grandpa's name. I didn't notice that at all. Well, their names are very similar. Well then, you didn't spend the money in the account without permission, did you? If Grandpa found out, you'll be in big trouble. If it's Grandpa's account, does that mean I can't use it? Of course you can't use it. But I'm his granddaughter. As his grandchild, can't I inherit it? Grandpa is still alive. What? Can't I inherit it if he's still alive? What are you talking about? Of course not. Well, what should I do? You took Grandpa's hidden savings without permission. You've completely messed up. You do realize that Grandpa is an active politician and is a very scary man, right? They call him the boss in the political world. Wait a minute! What's this? I'm going back to replace it right now. Huh? What do you mean replace it? I'll be over there as soon as I can. Get our father's bank book ready. I'll put Grandpa's bank book back where it belongs. After what you just said, there's no way I'm giving you our father's bank book. I don't understand how quickly you're going to change it to our father's bank book. And like I said before, he never had any inheritance to begin with. And to think that you snuck into our parents' house for that, I'm really disgusted. When did you become such a disgusting person? Now is not the time to be talking like that. I've already shown the account and paid the down payment. I can't undo it. I'm stunned. You've already signed the contract? Our father had some savings, right? Why don't I take it all? That doesn't work. Why not? It's written in the will. All of his savings went to Mom before his death. Since she's in a nursing home, he wants to make sure she can be taken care of. I think it's a very loving and wonderful thing he did. What about me then? Grandpa's pissed. What? Is he there? Of course he is. He was at the funeral. Dad is his own son. I see. Of course he'll make you pay back everything you spent. Well, you can't use it. There is security on it. I don't think you could spend it. Maybe he'll get mad at you for lying and stealing. Am I in trouble? Why did you tell Grandpa? It's your fault. Even if I hadn't said anything, the bank would have contacted him because of security. I'm sure Grandpa would have found out as soon as he looked into it. What about my mansion? I went to sign the lease as soon as I heard about him dying. I already borrowed and paid the down payment. What should I do? Don't ask me. Well, even if you bought the house, I guess they'll take away the mansion, and you'll only be left with the down payment. What? You're kidding. I thought it was just a temporary thing, so I borrowed from a place where I could borrow quickly. I borrowed the down payment in a hurry from a slightly shady place. Will I get in trouble if I don't repay it quickly? I guess it depends on how shady the place is. Well, there's a good chance that the collectors are pretty shady. What should I do? Should I ask my mom for help? I mean, Mom has his savings, right? I would never allow that. To spend the money he left for Mom. Can't you see that's not something I would allow? Besides, Mother is appalled. You deserve to be completely ignored. Maybe I should ask Grandpa for help. It's not like I wanted to steal from Grandpa. I mean, I wasn't trying to steal from him. I just took it because I thought it was an inheritance that was going to go to me. It was inevitable. I don't think so. I think you should just shut up. Are you out of your mind, trying to depend on Grandpa after what you did? I just told Grandpa and he's giving a wry smile. Huh? Why did you tell him? I could have asked him differently. I'm sure you'd get the same reaction no matter how you ask. He's saying he's going to cut you off. Oh no! What should I do, Janet? If I don't do anything, those collectors will take me somewhere. Goodbye, sis. Goodbye? You don't care what will happen to me? I don't even consider you my sister anymore, so I don't care. Huh? Janet? I didn't really feel like we are family. To be honest, I didn't like you for a long time. I've finally come to the conclusion that I want to break it off with you. What? Why? What the hell did I do? You left me in charge of our father's care. You didn't come to visit him or help me. You stole Grandpa's bank book from the house during the funeral and tried to spend the money. As you can imagine, both my mom and Grandpa are disgusted. Remember that you offended all of your relatives. We're going to cut off ties with you from now on. Wait a minute! So you're saying no one will help me? I don't have this kind of money. Why don't you ask your husband? It seems your husband had the same idea. I'm afraid he won't be able to help you though, because I'm sure he's a total jerk. Of course he agreed with me. Who wouldn't want to have a lot of money? It's not that easy to get a lot of money. Face the reality. By the way, our father didn't have any inheritance at all. I inherited his land. There's nothing for you to inherit. Huh? Then give me the land. It's worth a lot of money if you sell it, right? I'm your sister. I should be entitled to it. I only inherited it according to the will. It's not fair. You get the land and I get nothing? You're supposed to inherit the family house. I don't need that old house. Maybe you should just give up your right to inherit it so you don't have to pay anything. You'd have to renovate to sell it. Oh no! I'll be left with nothing but garbage. Well, that's one way to look at it. Or maybe it's Dad's way of reminding you of your old family. Either way, it doesn't seem to work for you. I don't think you can become a better person. I hope you and your husband can work together to pay off your debt. Wait a minute! Are you really going to give up on me? What about my mansion? Please ask Grandpa. I didn't mean to steal his money. I'm a stranger to you now, so I don't have to listen to you. Don't depend on our family, okay? Well then, goodbye. My sister was fired from her job along with her husband. It was, of course, my grandfather who made that happen. He is a politician and close to a number of business owners. The presidents of my sister and her husband's company were no exception. Both of them were unemployed and desperately looking for work, but they could not find a decent job. And their debts only grew. The contract for the mansion was also voided due to our grandfather's arrangements. My sister's longtime dream ended in vain. Things got even worse for her. Her stealing the bank book was reported to the police. She was arrested. She tried desperately to make excuses, but the influence of the grandfather was too great. She was at her wit's end. In court, her misdeeds were exposed in detail. She was ridiculed by many people. Her husband also abandoned her and filed for divorce. In the end, she lost everything and got no help from anyone. She is going to prison. Meanwhile, I bought a condominium with the inheritance my father left me. I went back to work full-time from a part-time job. From time to time, I visit my mother in nursing home. I spend my days peacefully.